Most guys chasing abs do hundreds of crunches every week and see almost nothing for their effort. It's not because they're lazy, it's because they're only training about 1/3 of their core and calling it a complete workout. Today I'm gonna break down the only 3 exercises your abs actually need. Each one targets a different part of the core that most training plans completely ignore. Make sure you stick around for the 3rd one, because that's the move that separates the six-packs that only look good from the front from the ones that look impressive from every angle. Let's go step by step. Why most ab workouts create an incomplete look. A complete core has 3 working parts. The upper abs flex the torso toward the hips. The lower abs tilt the pelvis and lift the legs while keeping the midsection tight. The obliques sit on the sides of the waist, control rotation, and create the lines that wrap around the abs. Instead of leaving them flat in the middle, train only one of them and the result is always the same, an unfinished looking midsection. Guys who only do regular crunches build the upper abs, but the lower area stays soft. That's why so many men can be lean everywhere else and still have that stubborn lower belly pooch that never seems to tighten up. Skip the obliques completely, and even a flat, strong core looks two-dimensional, no depth, no shape wrapping around the sides. From any angle other than straight on, it doesn't look trained at all. 3 exercises fix all 3 areas, but the first one hits the part of the abs most men never truly train, even after years in the gym. Exercise 1, reverse crunches, lower abs. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet lifted off the floor. Place your hands by your sides or under your hips for support. Pull your knees toward your chest. But the mistake almost everyone makes is swinging the legs instead of driving from the core. Don't swing. Lift your hips off the ground and imagine rolling your pelvis up, curling from the bottom rather than just folding at the hips. Pause for a full second at the top, then lower with control. That's 1 rep. Do 4 sets of 12-15 reps. Once it feels easy, slow down the lowering phase or straighten your legs to increase the leverage. The lower abs are the region most men never really hit. This exercise finally reaches them. That lower belly bulge that refuses to tighten no matter. How lean you get is often influenced by overall body fat, not simply an undertrained muscle. This move is one piece of that puzzle. It fixes one of the biggest weak points most guys have, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. Because the next exercise is where most people accidentally waste the progress they've just made. Exercise 2, bicycle crunches, upper abs, pleat obliques. Lie on your back with your hands lightly behind your head and your shoulders lifted off the floor. Bring one knee toward your chest while rotating your torso so the opposite elbow moves toward that knee. Switch sides on the way back, moving as if you're pedaling a bike. Every rep needs control, not speed. Here's the mistake that strips almost all the value out of this exercise: going too fast. The quicker you move, the more momentum does the work and the less your abs actually contract. Slow it down. Feel the muscle working on every rep instead of just grinding through a set. Keep your lower back pressed into the floor and your shoulders elevated the entire time. Don't drop them between reps. Do 4 sets of 20 total reps, 10 per side. Once it feels easy, slow the tempo even more and hold a 1-second squeeze when the elbow meets the knee. Done correctly, your abs will be burning before the set is over. Now you've built strength across the front of the core. But if you stop here, your abs will still look incomplete. The final exercise is the one almost everyone either skips or rushes through. Exercise 3, Russian twists, obliques. Sit on the floor with your knees bent and lean. Back slightly until your core has to work. Hard just to keep you upright. If you're still sitting completely upright, you've already removed some of the tension before the movement even starts. If you can, lift your feet off the ground. Then rotate your torso from side to side. The detail that separates real training from wasted time is this: rotate your ribcage, not just your arms. Most guys swing their arms back and forth, like they're directing traffic while their torso barely moves. That's not effectively training the obliques. That's just arm waving with extra steps. Control every rep and actually turn through the midsection. Do 4 sets of 20 total reps, 10 per side. Once it becomes manageable, hold a dumbbell, backpack, or any suitable weight against your chest to add resistance. Done right, you'll feel both sides working from the very first rep. This is the exercise that builds the part of the core people actually notice from the side and the back. Not just when you're standing in front of the mirror. Once you understand this, you'll also understand why so many men train abs for months and never see results. Because the real problem usually isn't the training itself. The brutal truth about visible abs, body fat, and nutrition. Even if you perform every exercise perfectly, one mistake outside the gym can hide all your progress. You can build a strong core, but if it's covered by a layer of body fat, you still won't see much definition. Abs are built through training and revealed through nutrition. That single sentence explains why 2 people with similar core strength can look completely different. One has visible abs and the other doesn't. The difference isn't necessarily the muscle underneath. Oh, it's the layer of body fat covering it. Visible abs require a sufficiently low body fat level for the muscle to show through. For many men, visible definition starts becoming more apparent as body fat gets relatively low. But the exact percentage varies from person to person. That number has almost nothing to do with how many reverse crunches or bicycle crunches you do. It depends on your overall calorie intake, protein intake, activity level, and staying consistent long enough for your body fat to come down. For many men, the stomach is one of the last places where fat becomes noticeably leaner. That's why so many guys convince themselves their training isn't working when the real issue has nothing to do with the exercises. Why doing 1,000 crunches a day is a waste of time. One more thing worth remembering, your abs don't grow because you destroy them with endless volume. They grow like other muscles do, through consistent training, proper recovery, and gradually increasing the demand. That's why doing 1,000 crunches every day can be far less useful than training your core with quality, controlled work a few times a week. It's also why patience matters so much. Your chest, shoulders, and arms may show visible progress long before your abs do, simply because the fat covering your midsection can take longer to come down. If you only measure progress by whether you already have a six-pack, you'll convince yourself nothing is happening and quit before the results start to appear. Instead, watch the signs that actually matter. Do the exercises feel easier than they did a month ago? Are you controlling every rep better? Have you added resistance or slowed the tempo while keeping good form? Is your waist measurement slowly decreasing over the weeks? Those markers tell you you're moving in the right direction, even if the mirror hasn't fully caught up yet. That's the difference between the guys still searching for the perfect abs, routine next year, and the ones who finally have visible abs. The latter are the ones who stuck with a simple plan long enough for the work they already put in to become visible. How to put this plan together: run this 3-exercise sequence 2 to 3 times per week. Chase progressive overload on every movement, more reps, slower tempo, or added resistance, the same way you would for any other muscle group you want to develop. Pair it with a nutrition approach that creates a steady, sustainable calorie deficit if fat loss is your goal, while keeping protein high enough to support your muscle. Stay consistent long enough to actually get lean enough for your abs to show. Do both at the same time, and the abs you've been building can finally start showing up in the mirror. No more random ab routines pieced together from everywhere. 3 exercises done correctly 2 to 3 times a week, plus a kitchen that matches the effort you're putting in at home. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe for more simple fitness tips and workout breakdowns.